So, why are you guys here? So you guys want to know if the Secret Lab 2020 is worth the hype. For you guys who don't know, the Secret Lab Omega, which is this one, this is mine, is one of the two chairs made by the company Secret Lab. So they also make the bigger version, the Titan. So the Omega is actually the smaller of the two chairs. It's actually recommended for people who is less than 110 kilograms and less than 180 centimeters. So I'm 185 centimeter, but I'm less than 100 kilograms. So I still fit in this chair. So there are also various options for this chair. Mine is the stealth version. It also comes in various other designs, and also there's also a option for the fabric version, if I'm not mistaken. It's a proprietary Secret Lab soft weave fabric. So the Secret Lab Omega actually is gonna set you back around $600 or 2,000 ringgit Malaysia, and can be more depending on design and the fabric option. So is it worth it for the high price it commands, and also more importantly, how does it hold up after 6 months of use? We are going to answer all of that question, but first let's look at the chair itself and see all the bells and whistles that the chair has to offer. Now look at the chair. It's actually a very sleek looking chair. Mine is almost all black, which sometimes looks a bit bland. Luckily there are some gold and white branding on the chair, which makes it a bit stands out. Also the stitching are also red in color, which also adds contrast for the chair. I also like that Secret Lab does not have holes on the back of the chair like all other gaming chair. I mean, this hole is really stupid because a gaming chair is not a racing chair where you have to pass through your 5-point harness seat belt in your racing car. These holes serve no function on a chair that is used at home, and also sometimes you can feel it when you lie on your back, which is very uncomfortable. The padding on the chair is also very nice. It uses a patented cold cure foam mix. I mean, that's what Secret Lab says. I would say it is firm and supportive. I thought after some time it would soften, but actually it doesn't. The padding is also decently thick. Not the thickest, but at least it doesn't causes you to sink, which is for me important. The leather for the new Secret Lab 2020 is the new Prime 2.0 leather. It claims to retain the plush feeling of the old leather, but it is 4 times more durable compared to the previous one. The previous non-2020 version had issues with the leather peeling, but I will say the 2020 version, after 6 months, it actually has very hard abuse. See guys, it's not just me who likes the chair. Even my son thinks the Secret Lab Omega is the best chair in the house. As you can see, even after 6 months of use, the leather is still as good as new. No scuff, no deformity, no tear. It's just as perfect as previously. Now, the armrest is where I think the Secret Lab is very special. I think it is the first gaming chair that has an all metal mechanism for the armrest. Here you can hear it for yourself. This is very important because on the previous Secret Lab Omega, actually the armrest is one of the weakest point of the chair and it frequently breaks. However, with this change, the armrest is much more reliable, and more importantly, it feels much more solid. I will emphasize this again. This is by far the most stable and solid armrest I've ever tested on a gaming chair. This is the best. Have a listen. Underneath the chair, it uses a typical butterfly mechanism. It has a tensioner in the middle and 2 knobs on the right and left, which I will explain further. We start with the tensioner. The tensioner is actually the knob in the middle of the chair in which you turn clockwise or counterclockwise to adjust the stiffness of the rocking mechanism of the chair. So this is actually very typical on any office chair. The knob on the right side is a typical hydraulic mechanism which adjusts the height of the chair. It goes up and down. While the knob on the left is to lock the rocking mechanism in place. You know what, I just show you guys. I think it's easier for you guys to understand. Oh, I forgot to mention the backrest can actually also recline like a typical gaming chair, but it's not 180, it's only 165, but it's okay, you know. So the base of the chair is also made of metal. It's very solid, you don't have to worry about that. More importantly, I think the wheel is also smooth, very smooth, and has very minimal drag. I don't think it's very spectacular or anything. I guess it's more or less the same as all my other previous gaming chairs. It's not as bad as the China one, that's for sure, but I think between it and the Vertigear, I guess it's more or less the same. Here you can have a listen on the smoothness of the wheels. So another thing I totally forgot to say is about the lumbar and neck pillow. Honestly, you know what, let's just start with this one, the lumbar one. I think this is the one I use most of the time. I think it's made from like a memory foam and claim to have a cooling gel on top. It's definitely more plush compared to the others that I have tested. However, it does not support your back. Buy an Agro chair with adjustable back support, just like I said in my previous video. So if you have back issues, get an ergonomic chair, forget about a gaming chair. Now for the neck pillow, I honestly seldom use the neck pillow for any gaming chair. It's made from similar foam and suede fabric, just like the back support. Feels plush, but I honestly personally don't use it. So what do I think about the chair? So the price is actually very steep. Also there's also the issue of you having to order it. It is seldom in stock. You have to order and wait for I think around 1 month to 2 months for it to arrive to your doorstep. So is it worth it? I think if you're someone who spends a lot of time on the chair, let's say you sit a lot, you're a programmer, graphic designer, things like that, I do feel if you want the best of the best in terms of gaming chair, I think this is it. So if there's a word I would use to describe the Secret Lab, it is actually quality. Can you get a cheaper gaming chair with all the features? Sure, but will it be as good as the Secret Lab, as good quality especially? No. I mean, from the foam padding, which is very firm but very sportive and comfortable, from the leather, which is not perforated but still feels cool, the armrest is metal, all the mechanism are very smooth. I mean, you can feel everything about the chair is just screams quality. I mean, I have used it for 6 months and it still feels like the first day when I bought it. And I cannot say the same for the other chairs that I have owned before. And I mean, I don't own so many chairs, but I think I have good experience in terms of gaming chairs and chairs for office chairs. So is it the most comfortable gaming chair? No. So if you have back pain, back issues, should you get this chair? No, that category is reserved for high-end ergonomic chair with proper back support, neck support, and then mesh to keep you cool, things like that. But if you want the highest quality gaming chair, this is it. This is the Secret Lab Omega. If you're slightly bigger, you can get the Secret Lab Titan. But I think the Secret Lab, with its recommended height of less than 180 and recommended weight of 110 kg, I think it will suit 90% of most Asians. Unless you're very tall and lanky, maybe you need to get the Titan. But if not, just get the Secret Lab Omega. So anyway, as always guys, if you find this video useful, do help me a lot and do consider liking and subscribing the video. Do share the video if you find it useful. Anyway, see you guys next time.